Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cheryl Technology Channel. My name is Chris, and I'm your host today. It's your first time here. Thank you for coming to join me on this journey as we go through physical versus streaming media in 2024. Now, this is a touchy subject for me. I'm from the old school. I like physical media most of the time. I will go over the benefits and drawbacks. So I want to go over a little bit of my story when I was younger. So I used to go to the movie store on every Friday night. Every Friday, I would go to the movie store and we would get at least 2 movies to watch over the weekend. Now, we could go back to the movie store and get them and get more movies, but most of the time it was a couple, 2 or 3 movies on a weekend. Fridays were the bomb.com, y'all. Let me tell you, they were awesome. Back in that time, it was like a unique time in history. It was right before the digital age, and it was like right as things were becoming very prevalent in this digital age, but you still had the old school of the physical media. Now, by physical media, I mean Blu-rays, DVDs. Back then, they didn't have Blu-rays, they just had DVDs. So we would go, I think that it was more of an intentional push towards watching things intentionally. Whereas these days, I remember the feel of going into the movie store and asking the attendant, hey, what movies have people recommended to you today? Like this week, what movies have they found that are really good? And then we would go get them and go home and watch them. And then I would come back and I would say, yeah, it's good, or it's bad. That's kind of how it was back then. And I remember the smell of the store. It's nostalgic for me because it was a very important time in my life. And not because of the movies necessarily, but because of the time that I would spend with my mom and dad. And that was because my dad is no longer alive. He is dead now. So back then it was a very special time for me. I really wanted to make this video because I think it's important to understand what is happening to our society. And this is all societal. All of it's societal. You have people who are, I don't know, it's a digital age of media now. You have everything is digital. Everything's at your fingertips. Everything. You can literally take your phone out. I have a Pixel 6 Pro, and you can literally pull out your Pixel 6 Pro. Oh, now shout out to my boy Damien over at IT Unicorn. Shout out to you, bro. Sorry, y'all. And so he was, so basically now everything is at your fingertips. You can literally pull your phone out and say, I want to watch this movie. Now, good luck finding it because they move around so much now that it's hard to figure out what platform to have. There's, I don't know how many. Hulu. I mean, there are so many. I don't even know anymore how many there are. There's so many. That's the problem with our society, though. We were overrun by content. And when something like that happens, which one do you choose? Do you choose them all? Do you buy a subscription and pay $1,000 a year for stupid movie watching? I'm not going to do that anymore. And so that's kind of where this video has led me to this. I've seen a lot of videos on digital media content and how it is changing our world, how it is, I believe, ruining the personalization and the experience of having a physical movie in your hands and putting it in the DVD player and watching it together as a family. A familial unit is very important in this environment that we live in, and I believe that streaming is taking away from that. So I'm going to go into this a little bit. I don't believe you, and I spend, like, you go to watch a movie, you'll spend a darn hour looking for a movie. An hour. Now, not to say that won't happen with physical media, but there's less of a selection that you'll have, and you'll be able to say, oh, yes, I remember that movie from back in the day. Remember? The Goonies. Dude, The Goonies. One of the best movies of all time, I believe, in my opinion. And I love that movie. I watched that movie. I've seen it, I don't know, 10 or 12 times. But that's what I believe is different now. The media we were watching and consuming is not as good as it used to be. The writing is crap. The acting is terrible. On a majority of the time, all of those things are on a way lower level than they used to be. Because back then, media, DVDs, and movies and stuff were the only thing that we had. That's all we had was physical media, popping that thing into the DVD player. Do y'all remember the little stickers? Those of you that are as old as me will know this. The little stick on the VHS tape, please be kind, rewind. Remember those? And then we bought like this little recorder, or this little rewinder rewinder, so you could just stick it in there and it would rewind it real fast. Oh, those were the days, y'all. You youngsters have no idea how special that was. So in this video, we're going to examine some of these drawbacks, some of the benefits, because there are benefits and drawbacks of each. The first thing I want to go into is digital services. I would call it digital content delivery services, because that's what it is. They are taking a digital experience, a movie, and delivering it to you digitally, and it is a service. And it's an always connected device. So you think about this. Your Apple TV, that's what me and my wife have, an Apple TV, and this Apple TV, it runs all the time. It goes to sleep, but it's always ready to be woken up. You press the button and it wakes up. So that's kind of, we're in this society of always being connected to everything. We're always connected to the network, to each other. I think it's bad. You can stream movies from YouTube, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Netflix. Dude, the list goes on and on. Tubi, what's that other? Peacock. There's so many different ones that it's hard to know which one to go with, because your movies are always scattered across 10 or 12 of them. It's like, what are y'all doing? You've ruined the ability for us to watch content intentionally, and that's what I want to get to. So, and this has happened over the last couple years. Now, one caveat, it's a high price to pay to watch a movie, man. $1,000 a year, pay for all these stupid platforms. Why the frig would we do that? Why would we spend our hard-earned money to go when you could go to the darn yard sale or the flea market and get them for 50 cents? You can get an entire movie for 50 cents that you own, your copy. I believe in this country, we are becoming a society of renters and leasers, not owners. I want to be an owner of my content. So that's why I have a NAS box sitting back over there somewhere. I want to be able to own my content and it be my content. I don't want anybody else telling me what to do. That's what I hate. And with digital, we spend a ridiculous amount of time looking for a movie. Like I said before, I've spent 30 minutes looking for a stupid movie. How much time do we waste with streaming? Streaming it's at your fingertips, y'all. I have big hands. It's at your fingertips, right? You have the ability to go right now and go watch a movie. What that takes away from the specialness of watching a movie. A movie is about gathering the family around the TV on a Friday night, right? We gather around the TV on a Friday night. We watch a movie intentionally together as a family. With streaming, I can tell you, me and my wife, we stream a lot of movies upstairs. We do a lot of it. And I'm getting to the point where I don't like it anymore. I'm paying $12 here, $20 there. It's like, I'm getting moneyed to death. I don't want to do that anymore. I would rather pay for the darn movie and I own it. That's what I'd rather do. And so that leads me to my next point about digital services. If a company wants to do this, they can. Sony has been accused of doing this, and they did it. There was a movie that they had that they didn't want to show anymore. People had bought the movie and they removed it, which means you just lost money. Now, here's my question to y'all. Is it really worth it to spend $1,000 a year on these streaming services only to realize that they've removed your favorite movie that you paid for? I'm not an expert, y'all, but I'm telling you that they're going to leave you hanging out to dry. That's what they're going to do. I don't like them. I don't agree with them. Netflix had this show called The Maid, right? I think it came out in like 2020. I eagerly awaited the second season of that show, and it never came. One of the best shows I have ever seen. It's still on there, the first season, and it always says limited series. The thing did phenomenal, and they removed it anyway. It's like, come on, y'all, what are you doing? So that's the point I'm getting at, is that with digital, that's what could happen. So now we move to my favorite part. The physical media portion. With a physical disc, let me show you something. Lean on Me, Morgan Freeman, one of my absolute favorite movies. I love this movie. It's about a guy, let's see what his name is, Joe Clark, who became a principal, right? And the school was all to crap. This movie, I have seen this movie, I believe, probably like 8 times. I love this movie. And what I found is I own the disc. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. Boom. I pop it into the DVD player, see? And it's mine. I own this. I can watch it anytime I want. Can't nobody tell me, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. I can watch it whenever I want. If they want to remove it off the streaming platform, go ahead. I don't care. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's tangible. I can touch it. It's in my hand. We are so reliant upon digital that we forget how special physical is. Remember this, y'all. This applies to a lot of things. But, okay, so now I want to get in. There's no subscription fees. You just buy the copy, physical copy of the freaking movie, and it's yours. You have to have space for it. That's true. It requires a lot of space sometimes because that's just how it is. I got some sad news, though. Physical media is going away in Best Buy. This year, Best Buy is eradicating both in-store physical media and they're eradicating the online physical media. So you will no longer be able to buy any physical media, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K Blu-rays, any of that at their store. Why are they doing that? I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I think they're doing it because of the movie studios. It could be because the amount of money that they're spending to keep it in stock, and it's not selling as fast as they want. I'm telling you, people, physical media is going to make a comeback. I'm telling you, people are going to get tired because what do you think is going to happen to physical media or to digital? The price is just going to get higher and higher and higher. That we've seen that with Netflix going from like $15 to $20. Really? For what? For shows that you can't even find? Come on, man. So our beloved physical media is dying. It makes me very sad because it's becoming a distant memory. I remember the days when we used to be able to go grab the physical media like this, take it home and watch it and rent it. That's when I think it all started. But back then it was special. The only drawback I can see is you need physical space to store them. You have to have a place to put them, a physical place to put them. You may be asking, why would the movie studios do something like this? Why would they take all of our stuff and take it away from us? I think it's money. They want to make more money. I believe the movies have gotten so bad and so crappy. The writing is bad. The acting is bad. It's all bad. It's terrible. Every now and again, you'll get a good one. Every now and again. But most of the time that I have seen, the writing is horrendous. I could write better than that. And that's not saying a whole lot. So y'all, I'm telling you, they are doing it because of money. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the movies, the new ones, they're crap. They're just bad. They're pushing quantity over quality. And that never works out. Ever, ever, ever. Never. Even in your life, it isn't going to work. Quality is always better. And so so many people are canceling their Disney Plus subscription for good reason. Disney, I can't stand them. They've changed the stories of the original content and it's garbage. Hate people doing that. Tell the darn story the way it was originally written. Tell the story. That's all you got to do. Just tell the story and people will love it. Oh my goodness, these people, I swear. It's no wonder we're seeing a resurgence of people wanting to go back to physical media. Physical media is where I'm going. I'm getting away from digital. I am an IT guy. I work in IT all day, every day. And I am getting away from digital media because I think it's garbage. With the physical age of media seemingly on the brink of destruction, what does this mean for us? If there is ever a time for you to go physical, it's now. Go to your local, I recommend to every one of you, go to your local store, get as many darn movies as you can get. Now, pick them carefully. Remember, you're intentionally picking something because your family is going to watch it. You're going to spend an hour, hour and a half of your time, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 if it's Gladiator. Shout out to Russell Crowe. That was a great movie. You're going to spend some time together watching this. Now, leave behind the streaming push. You don't have to go that way. Go old school, y'all. Yeah, old school, man. Enjoy it. An intentional night of watching physical media with your family. I promise you, you will not regret it. Everyone, we have reached the end of the video. I thank you all for watching. I hope this gives you some insight into what we are looking at as a society, how it's affecting us, how digital media, Facebook, all of these things are destroying our ability to communicate with each other. Everybody, I implore you greatly, reach out to your neighbor. Go talk to them. No more texting on the darn phone. Reach out to them. Go talk to them face to face. Love the people that are in your life. Don't let this digital age of media destroy you. And everybody, may the Lord keep and bless each and every one of you. Every one of you. I pray that he does. And until my next video, may he guide each and every step you take. And until we meet again, everybody, peace.